Schefter, Ravens receiver Marquise Brown is out against the Texans today. Eagles not expected to have running back Jordan Howard versus the Patriots. Newly signed running back Jay Ajayi expected to make his 2019 debut. 49ers signed in George Kittle and running back Matt Breida won't play against the Cardinals. Receiver Emmanuel Sanders will play. Major injury hanging over the college football playoff race. Alabama star quarterback Tua Tagovailoa suffered a dislocated hip in the win over Mississippi State and is out the remainder of the season. He's expected to make a full recovery. Crimson Tide, currently 5th in the playoff rankings, now turn to Mac Jones at QB, and the playoff committee will take a wait-and-see approach with Alabama, says ESPN's Heather Dinich.
Auburn is the chance for them to wow the selection committee. I spoke with CFP Executive Director Bill Hancock, and he said, first and foremost, our thoughts and prayers obviously are with Tua. We don't project ahead, but at the same time, because they can't play in that conference championship game, Auburn is their opportunity to really impress them and show them they're a top 4 team. But with the way the Pac-12 looks, they've got more obstacles than just worrying about their quarterback.
And their Dinich, Oregon's 9-1 and will represent the Pac-12 North in the conference championship game. Utah 9-1, a half game up on USC in the Pac-12 South. Trojans hold the tiebreaker courtesy of a head-to-head win. The higher finisher among Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, Kevin Harvick, and Martin Truex Jr. today at Homestead Miami Speedway in Florida will claim the NASCAR Cup Championship.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all of your car care needs. We're close, convenient, and known for our guaranteed everyday low prices and excellent customer service from professional parts people you can trust. Stop by your local O'Reilly Auto Parts today. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day.
And it's that time. Your fantasy questions are fantasy answers on Countdown to Kickoff on ESPN Radio, presented by Progressive Insurance. Eric Carabell is going to join us here on the Shell Pennzoil Performance Line. And Eric, this is the time of the week where I get to have all my fantasies answered. And so I'll start with the fantasy I've had for a long time, which is who do I start at quarterback? Because most of these people that call in, you know, they give you 3 names and you answer. So I'm going to start with this. I had Russell Wilson, who's on bye, and then I had Matthew Stafford as backup, and he's gone. So I had to go pick someone off the waiver wire. Josh Allen, Jacoby Brissett, and Phillip Rivers. Those were my 3 choices. Who should I have picked for this week?
Let me see what my rankings say. I mean, Josh Allen generally is a good play because he runs for touchdowns. He's playing Miami today in warm weather. So, I mean, Josh Allen would have been my choice. We all have him in our top 10. The other guys I think are usable options. I mean, Rivers not having a very good season. But I would have played Josh Allen.
Well, guess what? That's what I did. You know how good you just made me feel. I put Josh Allen in, and now I'm going to win. Thank you very much.
Oh, yeah. You're going to win by a lot.
The Eagles just signed Jay Ajayi. Any reason to pick him up and play him straight off the street? Like I, for example, we're talking about fantasy teams, I have 3 guys hurt. Like I need someone. Is he worth picking up to put in?
I ranked him in my top 50 because I do believe that the Eagles are actually going to give him 10 touches, which is amazing since he's never even practiced with the team. But Miles Sanders is not the biggest fellow, and I think they want to use him more as a receiver because all the receivers have been incompetent. So I do think that Jay Ajayi will get some touches, but I would want to use him in the fantasy league today. I don't think Jordan Howard is out long term, so in terms of Ajayi playing like next week against Seattle, I just can't believe he would play over a healthy Jordan Howard. So to me, no, not really.
Eric, we got the comeback game. Jags close, Nick Foles back, Jacoby Brissett back. What sort of production should we expect from both of those guys?
Well, I mean, Brissett was a borderline top 10 fantasy quarterback when he got injured. And Jacksonville's defense has kind of been inconsistent. It was a home game for Jacoby. So I think he's a borderline top 10 fantasy quarterback all the time. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes. I'm assuming he's healthy enough to play. Clearly, I would play him over Nick Foles, who, you know, the problem with Nick Foles in the past has generally been inconsistent production and inconsistent health. And I don't know why any of that would change now. So, like, if you're in a really deep league and you want to keep Gardner Minshew rostered, I think that's a good idea because it seems unlikely to me that Foles is going to play all, 7 games the rest of the way.
The big game today, of course, is Texans and Ravens, which were two quarterbacks that light him up, Deshaun Watson and Lamar Jackson. Who do you like to put up the bigger numbers today? And you sort of weigh in on the debate we have a lot here, which is on Lamar. Does it continue to the year as I get to the playoffs? Do I still feel confident that I'm going to have the production I've had?
I don't know why we wouldn't feel comfortable. I mean, look at what he's doing. It's amazing. He's on pace for the greatest rushing season ever by a quarterback, and that includes, like Michael Vick, Grant Tarkenton. You name a running quarterback, he's doing amazing things right now, and he has a lot of good talent around him. So we tend to make Lamar Jackson the number one quarterback every single week, and Watson 2, 3, or 4 in that range. I don't see why that would change this week. Baltimore's defense is better than Houston's defense, empirically. Secondary, pass rush, everything. The home game for Baltimore. I think Lamar Jackson has another huge game. I think Watson does too, but I rank him like fourth as my quarterback.
Jeff, did Carabell just tell us about Fran Tarkenton's fantasy numbers? I didn't even know there was a way to know what Fran Tarkenton's fantasy numbers were. That's why I like you so much. You know Fran Tarkenton's
When I think of a running quarterback, I mean, it's before my time, but when I think of a running quarterback, I know he used to run the ball.
He used to put up big ones. I would never sit him for a minute.
You shouldn't be sitting here with Bob Abilene. I'm trying to think of the other ones, because I know the list of rushing quarterbacks put up like good numbers, and
I won so many titles with Bob Abilene that it was more than I could take.
Randall Cunningham, yeah, okay. Have your fun.
The Saints struggled last week. You're still buying all their pieces putting in this weekend.
I assume if they can't put up numbers against Tampa Bay at home, even it doesn't matter where the game is playing on the moon. If they can't put up numbers against Tampa Bay's defense, I will worry in week 12. I'm not going to worry right now. I have Breeze as a top 5 quarterback ahead of Jameis Winston, who's again throwing an interception while I'm talking. And I'll assume that if Alvin Kamara can't put up numbers today, that he's too hurt to do so, because Tampa Bay's defense is one of the 5 worst in the NFL. So the Saints ought to be able to score 30 points today. If they can't, I'll worry next week.
I would say that Harvard found out the greatest comeback so far.
So that's
perfect. Dalvin Cook, obviously a lot of people thought he'd be one of the better running backs, but how surprising is this, just the production he's had for the Minnesota Vikings? He's got to be, ranked 1 or 2 among running backs for you?
Oh, yeah. He's the number 2 behind McCaffrey. The only reason why I think he wouldn't be number 1 is because of him. I didn't know what to make out of Dalvin Cook this year, honestly. Because last year, kind of inconsistent, looked like he was still hurt from the knee, and look, he's got a knee 2 years ago. But he's having a fantastic season. And what he did in that game last week against Ezekiel Elliott, he embarrassed Elliott. He not only had the 90-something rushing yards, but he had the 90 receiving yards as well. He's going to be used like that. That's why Thielen and Diggs aren't able to put up monster numbers. It's the same as McCaffrey. No Carolina receivers are awesome because McCaffrey catches so many passes. That's what Dalvin Cook is doing as well. So, to me, there's a clear top 2 at running back. And then Saquon, he's off today. But Saquon, the rest of the season, I've downgraded. Ezekiel Elliott, the way they used him last week was ridiculous. I've downgraded him. To me, there's a top 2 running back tier.
It's time now to kick off on ESPN Radio, talking to Eric Carabell, ESPN's fantasy expert. By the way, Devonta Freeman is out, inactive for the game today. That's just out. Let me ask you about Jeff Driscoll for the Lions. He's not good, is he? I mean, had okay production last time. Is he good?
Well, these are still 60 of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. Well, let's not get into yesterday. I'm just saying that Jeff Driscoll, what he did last week, I don't want to get political on this show, but Jeff Driscoll, what he did last week was impressive. Do I expect him to do that again against a decent Dallas secondary? Of course not. But if you're forced to use Jeff Driscoll today, could he outscore like Jared Goff against the tough Bears, or outscore Kyle Murray, who has to play San Francisco? He could, but I would not want to rely on it. So unless you're desperate, you shouldn't be going with Jeff Driscoll.
You just mentioned Kyler Murray. Their running back situation is pretty unique. They kind of go running back by committee. Do you trust one person over another one to move with the bulk of the carries?
If they were playing Tampa Bay today, I might make Kenyon Drake a good flex option, or David Johnson. I'm assuming that since this is a road game in San Francisco, that no Arizona running backs are going to do much of anything at all. And David Johnson, to me, I don't see how they're going to be able to use him the way that we want him to in fantasy. He's not getting 20 touches in this game. I bet it's a split option there. I think Kyle Murray is running for his life, and I just don't see Arizona numbers that high. San Francisco has to bounce back this week. If they don't, it's like New Orleans. Something's wrong with them. I do not expect Arizona to score more than 20 points.
Eric, there are folks wondering about Tom Brady's production and whether the age is starting to catch up to him. Have you at any point reached a stage where you said, maybe you don't play?
No. I mean, it's matchup dependent as always. Philadelphia's secondary is very good matchup for most quarterbacks. It'd be nice if they had given some more wide receiver help. I mean, basically he throws to Julian Edelman and James White, and that's it. And those are very good options today, by the way, against Philly's linebackers. But no, Brady's not putting up the numbers he used to, but he's putting up good numbers. He's not a top 10 fantasy quarterback. Today he is, but normally he is not a top 10 fantasy quarterback, more in the 12 to 16 range. But that's fine. That's usable in fantasy. It's usable most weeks.
T.Y. Hilton from Indianapolis, also inactive out for the game. Now it's time for your questions. You can give us a call, 888-SAY-ESPN. That's 888-729-3776. We will take your fantasy questions. And remember, ESPN Radio is presented by Progressive Insurance. Boats, motorcycles, RVs, you can get a quote in as little as 3 minutes at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE and Progressive.com. 888-SAY-ESPN. Eric, time your fantasy questions, our fantasy answers on Countdown to Kickoff on ESPN Radio. Some breaking news, Austin Hooper, Atlanta tight end, is inactive and out for today's game. So if you were asking about him, now you don't have to. As for everybody else, let's get started with Eric Caravel. James is in Tacoma, Washington. Get it, James.
Hey, bud. So, unfortunately, due to
horrible joke to start, and then you got to have your roster. We have to move forward. Grant is in Columbus, Georgia. Go ahead, Grant.
Hey, I got a question. Dak Prescott or Deshaun Watson? One quarterback league.
I think I have Watson number 3 and Dak 4, so pretty good options there. I'd play either one, but I'd play Watson.
There you go. Will is in Columbia, South Carolina. I'm glad you're keeping your job, Will. I'm not sure you should. I love the fire. Cody is in Saginaw, Michigan, making his return. Cody, go.
Hey guys, gave me a great pick last week. I appreciate it. This week I got a flex and a full PPR. I got Darren Fells or I got Kenny Stills. And is Jay Ajayi worth playing in any of my leagues?
Well, he might actually be worth playing over those two guys, to be blunt. I mean, I'm not trying to be mean, but that's a tight end who doesn't get a lot of volume. Kenny Stills, not a lot of volume. Ajayi's probably getting 10 rushing attempts and a first and goal from the 1. So I would play Stills here, but Ajayi versus these guys, it makes sense, actually.
Matt is in Billings, Montana. Matt, Billings, Montana is one of those places I've heard of but know nothing about. Before you give us your question, tell me something interesting about Billings, Montana.
Man, right now I'm out. I'm out hunting, and I'm talking to you guys while I'm out hunting. So it's beautiful up here.
That's the best you got is that you're out hunting. The best you can say about Billings, Montana is that you're out hunting.
I'm out hunting right now.
All right, fair enough. What do you got?
All right, so I got to play 2 standard PPR. My running backs due to buys. I got Ekeler, Singletary, and Hill.
Well, I would play Austin Ekeler. I have him ranked pretty well, gets enough catches each week. And by the way, I'm out hunting too while I'm doing this.
That's a good line there. I have to say, I hope Matt is not on the Billings Tourism Board. You got to have some answer better than that. Dave is in York, Pennsylvania. Go, Dave.
Reynolds of the Rams or Devontae Parker of the Dolphins?
I think it's Parker, actually. The Rams' offense is not doing all that well with their wide receivers other than Kupp. So I would play Parker. And by the way, for those tweeting, I mean, Bobby Douglas, not Bobby Avellini, is the quarterback for the Bears. And why you are tweeting at me, I don't know. But thank you so much for doing so, because it enriches my life so much when you point out my mistakes. And that's why I'm admitting to one right here, right now. You hear me? I'm admitting to that mistake. And now I'm going to go out on it.
By the way, where did you even come up with the name Avellini? Like, that's not
He was the Bears quarterback after Bobby Douglas. I was looking them up for a story, and Douglas is.
I get that mixed up sometimes too.
Yeah, I get my Bobbies confused all the time. Derek is in Lincoln, Nebraska, where the football team is just not what it once was. Derek, go ahead.